What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a new episode of Retro.
Outside the box. You got Luke the Duke here.
Retro Road, what's up, yo?
And we're coming at you guys. We're going to introduce Guardians of the Galaxy, Ninja Turtles, and we're going to get into a little bit of the TV shows today with the new Constantine, The Flash, Arrow, maybe even a little Gotham if we got the time.
Some Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter. So yeah, we're gonna hit everybody up, and this is Retro Rogue, and we are outside the box. Here we go. What's up, everybody? And we're gonna get today's episode kicked off with Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, admittedly, I have seen this flick twice. I want to see it for a third time. It's been in the box office for a few weeks now. Normally, I would love to, we would both just love to do a review right after the movie, but man, we have lives. We have lives. It's in discussion of it. But we're back and we're going to talk about that. So tell me, you give me your synopsis of this film. What do you think? Tell us about it.
I think Guardians of the Galaxy, it was what everyone was expecting, plus a little more. I mean, you had such big name actors in there too, plus some unknown actors, such as Chris Pratt, who's only been in Parks and Rec. That's all you can really remember, So to have him in there with people like Zoe and
Bradley Cooper,
and
Diesel.
Yeah, and even Dave
Bautista.
And so for him to be like the leading role in Guardians of the Galaxy, it was really a nice change of pace. And I think he really pulled it off. As Star-Lord, he gave you the comedy. If you're familiar with Parks and Rec, he really gave you that comedy that you were expecting with Chris Pratt. And even with Drax, with Dave Bautista, as we were talking earlier, he knocked it out of the park.
Oh my god! And to me, that was what I loved about this flick. Okay. For the Avengers movie, the action, brilliant. Storytelling was good, but the action, it was just, it carried the flick. You never felt like there was a slow moment in that movie. And it was really. What made this movie tight was that the action sequences, as awesome as they was, to me, I felt like was trumped by the story arc and the acting. The actual dialogue in the film was awesome, to the point where you can say, oh man, my favorite part of the movie was when Drax said this, or Star-Lord said this, or Rocket said this. It's like, in an action flick, most of the time you're like, oh, I love doing this shit, blue this shit up. But no, a lot of people, they love the dialogue. The dialogue, man, too, and we got to talk about this, because I said we had to talk about this, was the largest contention of the movie, what everybody was worried was going to make the movie suck, turned out to be what made the movie righteous and awesome, and that was Rocket the Raccoon and Groot.
Yeah,
everybody was stressed that, oh God, I'm talking raccoon, I'm talking tree, what the hell? And the tree only says 4 words or 3 words. It's like, favorite part of the flick, honestly, I gotta be straight up, man, was the Groot spear.
Yeah,
was the Groot spear, man. Just that whole scene, cause it wasn't that it was action, the action of it, no, man, it was the emotion. It was the fact that it was a painful moment. It was like probably the hardest moment to watch in the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that you got that kind of emotion out of the only 2 CG characters in the whole flick had the most human moment. The group still, it didn't just connect them as a team. I think it got them together as a family too. Like, it put it into this, like, and when I say family, I mean like siblings. Like, they're like brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Groot's that weird cousin.
and I mean, they talked about it too. When Chris Pratt introduces his plan, that Rocket says, like, you're basically asking us to go on a suicide mission, you know, to go die. And when they're in that Groot sphere, and Groot says, and he finally changes it from I am Groot to we are Groot, that's when they finally become not just a team, but like Eugene said, a family, and a group of people that are gonna be there for each other, you know, whether it's life or death, you know. And I think that was like the main changing point for the team.
And there was a lot of great sequences in this flick. We gotta talk about the bad. Before we get to the ratings, I gotta talk about the bad just for a second. And the bad was the bad. And that wasn't what killed me. Was this is such a great movie. It was such a good movie for the good guys. But the villains almost took a side seat on this one. It was. I mean, Roland was the main protagonist. But yeah, the villains, man, they kind of fell flat a little bit for me.
And I think for that, it was the backstory. I mean, you look back at the Avengers, you look at Loki, you understand his reasoning behind things, you know. As he's mentioned in other movies that he's lived in the shadow of Thor, that all he's ever wanted to do is just be equal to Thor, not even greater, just equal to Thor.
He said this in the comic books, the animated series, even the movie, he made this statement that he never wanted the throne. It's something that he never cared about being king. He just wanted to be equal to his brother.
Yeah, and
it's like,
and so you understand it, like, before we get to Turtles, I mean, I think this was a big step for just Disney itself. I mean, they have the rights to Lucasfilms. They're going to be doing Star Wars. And for them to be showing Guardians of the Galaxy, their image of space and the aliens and everything, I think it gives me hope for Star Wars. It really does.
It does, man. I mean, after seeing the spectacle of Guardians of the Galaxy and just like the space things was damn, the planetary things was damn.
Oh yeah, and I mean, for those who are still on like the teeter-totter for Star Wars and Disney taking over Lucasfilms, I mean, I think this really gave me hope. I mean, if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, you should have gone out.
Well,
go see it.
If you still have this thing about, Disney is gonna ruin Lucasfilms and Marvel, get from under your rock and watch one of these flicks. It's backing these films and it's backing Disney, and I'm a backer. They've done nothing so far. Every movie that has come out since this merger that everybody thought was going to be crap has been awesome.
Yeah.
Has been awesome. Everybody has bit their tongue and everybody has eaten their words over every one of these flicks that's come out that has had Disney's stamp on it. Guardians of the Galaxy, I am going to say, man, I can give her a 5, man. That movie was a 5 down the line to me. Big 5-0.
Oh yeah, I think for me, if you're gonna nitpick at every little thing in there, a high 4.5, you know. But as just a moviegoer itself, not even as a Marvel fan or a comic fan or any kind of fan, just as a moviegoer, it's a solid 5, easily. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you cheer up with the Groot sphere, and it's just everything you're looking for.
And that's what that's called from here on out. It's the Groot sphere. Hashtag credits to Retro Road.
I gotta say it, credit to Carrie, hashtag it.
Hashtag it. I mean, it was a great flick. And anybody that says it wasn't, just, you didn't see the same movie.
Someone gave you the tickets to the wrong movie.
If you watch it, Rise of the Guardians, because that's not it. I was just saying. But, which also was a good movie. I like that movie. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. If you haven't seen it, see it. Moving on. TMNT. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh.
There's a lot
Hold up.
Yeah, you need that. There's so much to say.
Hey. hate you so much sometimes, man. Oh my God. Look, okay, first off, let's be real. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is 30 years old. You know what that means? That means that shit came out when I was a kid. I love them. I grew up with them. The woman that raised me the first 13 years of my life, the old lady born in the 20s, loved her some Michelangelo. It was our private, personal time. We would sit. I remember sitting on her lap as a kid, this old lady, and we sit and watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. It was my shite. I loved it. It was beautiful. You know, and there is so much I hate about this movie. And at the top of that list is Megan Fox.
Oh yeah.
But there's so much more. Like, I get it. Michael Bay produced this movie, but why was Megatron in this movie? Why the fuck was Megatron in this movie? Shredder looked like Megatron. He was a human fucking version of Megatron. Got to say.
I think for me, as far as ratings, I mean, Megan Fox, for the amount of time she had in that movie, and for such a big role she had, where it was so crucial to the movie, you know, to where it has to bring it down a star. And then, for me personally, that you're gonna go ahead and just change the origin story of the Turtles themselves, that's just stuck with me, and that's bugged me, and that's gonna bring it down another, you know. So I mean, for me, I've never been a purist for the Turtles, you know, as you have. I've loved the Turtles growing up, you know, never been the biggest purist of them. But for me personally, I mean, I'll give them a 3. I mean, not a high 3, not a low 3, just a nice solid 3. As an overall movie, I mean, if
As a cinematic viewer,
Yeah,
someone who's
just
not
as a movie
invested into the whole franchise or invested into the whole pop culture of the Turtles, I can agree with that. A 3, solid 3. You'll probably enjoy it. If it's not, you know, if the Turtles was never something you was ever into, but you know, you want to see a good action flick, it's a good action flick.
yeah, I mean, just as a moviegoer, just as oh yeah, that.
There's no Amato Yoshi, which makes the rivalry between Splinter and Shredder fucking pointless.
Oh yeah, I think just throw Megan Fox out of the picture for a second.
Yeah, let's not talk about her.
But I mean, you're gonna give us a Turtles movie and completely rewrite the origin story of the Turtles. That I don't understand your way of thinking anymore. I don't. Why is my own.
They learned jujitsu from a book.
Yeah, apparently Splinter can
Read
learn all he needs to know from a book he found in the sewer.
And they're super badass from a book.
Yeah, that's.
And it's not even like a big, thick, hardbound looking like ancient Japanese book. It's a little paperback fucking.
I mean, I think Daniel from Karate Kid had a better way of learning karate from
Wax on was a better teacher
than that book. That was so crucial for me to where I can forgive you for Megan Fox if you would have just gone the origin story.
No.